Key event class. It is generated when input is received from the keyboard. Suppose whenever we can press a key, in our keyboard number of options are there, number of keys are there. Suppose if you can press any key, keyboard event can be generated. So if you type any key, keyboard event, key event class generated. So if you press and if you release, if you type the key in our keyboard, key event class generated. So it have three integer constant like mouse, key presser, key releaser, key typer. Whenever we can user press the key, this method will be called. So whenever user release the key event class generated. Whenever you can type the key event class generated. Key event generated. Whenever you can press the key, release the key and type the key event generated. Next one, what is the constructor? So here it have two constructors defined in key event class. Constructor name same as the class name key event. So these all are the parameters applied by key event constructor. Every first parameter is going to be the source. Every first parameter is going to be source. So where the event generated component SRC. SRC means reference of the component that generates an event. Where event generated. Next one is the type. Type means type of the event. Type of the event means related to the key events. Type of the event means key presser, key typer and key releaser. These three are types of the event. Next one, long when. So when a key is typed, when we can read a character from the keyboard. So when key is pressed, when key is released. So long when means system tab. System tab at which the key was pressed. Next one, modifiers. Int modifiers. Modifier means it indicates which modifiers were pressed when this key event occurred. So modifiers means in keyboard number of keys are there. So virtual keys, suppose in virtual keys virtual key VK0 to VK9. Next one, virtual keys VK8 to VKZ. So we have to, so I am using all 26 alphabets. Suppose I am using all 26 alphabets in keyboard. These all are the modifiers. So suppose if you press the key and type the key, release the key event class generated. So in our keyboard I am using those all modifiers. Suppose if I am pressing Alt key, Control key, Shift key, next one up key, down key. If you user press any key event class can be generated. These all are the keys. Suppose Mask key, Alt key, Shift, Control, Enter button. Next we can up button, down button, Shift, Control, Enter. User press any one of the key in the keyboard, key event class generated. Key event generated. So if I am using all 26 alphabets in our keyboard, key event generated. So these all are virtual keys in our keyboard. Virtual keys 0 to 9 is there. Virtual keys A to Z is there, and some special keys like Alt, Control, Shift, page up, page down, Windows button, Shift button, Control button. Those all are the special keys in our keyboard. If a user wants to press any one of the key in the keyboard, key event generated. So here code means, so here next argument in this constructor. Next argument in this constructor is code. Code means in our keyboard every key has a ASCII code. In our keyboard every key has a ASCII code. Like user wants to press A character on the keyboard, it has a ASCII code. And user wants to press some X key on the keyboard, so it has a ASCII code. Every key in the keyboard have some, but code means virtual key code. Every key on the keyboard have some ASCII code. Every key on the keyboard has some ASCII code. Suppose in some buttons which do not have ASCII code, like Windows button, whenever user press the Windows button, it does not have any ASCII code. So that is character equivalent. Undefined. Suppose in our keyboard, user wants to press any key, key event generated. User press the key, user type the key, user release the key, which event generated? Key event generated. So in our keyboard, number of keys are there. Suppose user press any key, user may use all these 26 alphabets in our keyboard. So every alphabet, every character have some ASCII code value. So in our keyboard, special keys are there: Alt, Control, Shift, up, down, left, right. Number of keys are there. Every key have some ASCII code. In our keyboard, which do not have ASCII code, is Windows button. Windows button means it is a key. Windows is a key in our keyboard. It does not have any ASCII code. So that is character equivalent. In the first constructor, so component src type long while int modifiers int code, and second constructor have one more argument, that is ch. So in our keyboard, some keys does not have ASCII code like Windows. It is character equivalent. Yes, ch is character equivalent. Next one, methods like constructors. Key event class also provides number of methods. Get key cat. Sometimes you want to know which key user is pressed. On that situation, get key cat method will be helpful. So it returns the character that was entered. So it returns the character. So next one, syntax cat get key cat. Get key cat method returns which type cat. So it returns. So sometimes you want to know which character was entered in the component area. So it returns character type. Next one, get key code. It returns the key code. Key code means every key on the keyboard has some ASCII code. Suppose you have to type a key on the keyboard, so it has some ASCII code. It will return ASCII code value. So it returns integer type. Next one, in the sources, events are generated. Suppose in the key event, in the sources, whenever user press the key, user type the key, user release the key event generated. Whenever events are generated in the source, it will be sent to the listeners. Listeners are associated with the interfaces, and listener will control the events, listener will handle the events. So in order to handle the events in the listener should register with one or more sources. Then only listener handle the interfaces, listener controls the interfaces. So it is event delegation model. It have two keys, source and listener. So in the last class we covered event delegation model briefly. So here key listener. So whenever key events generated, key listener interface is responsible for handling the events, for controlling the events. So it defines three methods: key pressed, key released. So key pressed and key released methods are invoked when a key is pressed and released. Once you can press the key and you can release the key also. So these two are respectively, we can then once we can press the key and we can release the key, and the key type. So whenever user types the key, so key type method will be invoked. So when a character has been entered, so whenever event is generated, key event is generated, the corresponding key listener interface will handle the events. So it defines three methods: key pressed, key released. These two methods will be invoked respectively. Once you can press the key, immediately you can release the key. So next one, you can type the key. So the key type, whenever you can enter any key type method will be invoked. Suppose if a user presses and releases a key. If a user presses and releases the key, so three events are generated in the sequence: key pressed, typed and released. Key pressed, typed and released. Suppose if a user presses and releases the key, three methods invoked. First one is key pressed, so typed and released. So if a user presses and releases the home key, two key events are generated: sequence and key pressed, key released. Suppose if user presses home key in the keyboard, so key pressed and key released events are generated. These two methods will be invoked. So here, what is the syntax of these three methods? Key pressed, key released, key typed. These three are listener interfaces methods. So these three methods returns void data type. These three methods, key event is a class, applied as an argument to these three methods. Here K is the reference. With the help of these reference, we can accessing what are the methods available in key event class. Here example, let us see the example here, then only you can get much clarity about key event class. Here let us see the example, import java.awt.start. So what is the template of writing a program? First we have to import the packages. So our AWT our components present in which package? AWT package. Yes, we have to import AWT package, import java.awt.start. Next we can import java.awt.event. Here AWT is the main package, event is the subclass. Star means all classes. What are the classes present in? Event package? Those all classes would be loaded in our program. Those all classes can be loading in our current program. Next, in a similar way, we have to import applet package. Applet is a package. Suppose if you want to develop any applet based application, it is a required package to import. So if it is required, import java.applet.start. Here star means all classes. What are the classes present in applet class? Those all classes can be loaded into in our program. Next one, our applet code is embedding in our program. So it is mentioning in the comment lines. So applet code equal to key. Applet code equal to key. We have to set some height and width of applet window. In a similar way, we have to close applet and it is put in the. So it is placing in the comment lines. It is placing in the comment lines. Next, continuation program. Here public class key extends applet implements key listener. So our class is public. So whenever we can extend applet class, whenever we want to develop applet based applications, our class is the subclass. Our class is the subclass of applet class. Already I told you in the previous program, mouse events program. So here key is the subclass of applet class. Then only what are the default behaviors of applet class? Those all applicable in our class key class. So these implements key listener. Key listener is the interface. Whenever key present, key typed and key released in a component area, key events generated. Whenever event is generated, the particular listener interface will handle the events key listener. So here it defines one method string message. So here I am enclosing double quotes. After writing this one, initially we have to take two coordinates, x coordinate and y coordinate. Some x coordinate equal to 10, y coordinate equal to 20. Next one, after writing this one, we have to invoking init method. So applet starts its execution from init method. Within the init method, we have to register the interfaces and we have to set the colors, images, everything we have to set within the init method. In the applets, we need not write main method. Applet starts its execution from init method. So within the init method, everything we have to set. We have to set background color and foreground color. After that, we have to register listener interfaces. What is the syntax for registering listener interfaces? Add type listener. Here type listener is key listener, add key listener, this one. Next we have to close the init method. So next we are invoking two methods. So key present and key releaser. So what is the syntax of key present? Public void key present. Here key event is the class is applied as argument to the key present. Here K is the reference variable. Next one, show status. This status will be visible in the test bar. Key down. Whenever key is pressed, it is visible on the test bar. So key down. So status method will be visible on the test bar. In a similar way, we have to define key releaser. So whenever our class implements a key listener, as a user, as a programmer, we have the responsibility to implement bodies of these methods. So follow same procedure here also. Whenever key is released on a component area, so in the test bar, key up is visible. Next, one more method is key typed. Whenever we can read a particular key on the keyboard, so key typed method will be invoked. So here message plus equal to ke. So get key cat. So we have to read. So in the keyboard, number of keys are available. We can accessing characters. We can accessing keys on the keyboard. Get key with the help of get key char method. Get key char is a method. This method is present in key events. With the help of these object reference, we can accessing get key char method. So ke, so it will be stored in message. Next one, call the repaint method. Next one, public void paint. Whenever you want to display graphics on the console, whenever you want to display any output operations on the console, paint method will be useful. Graphics is the class. This class is applied as augment to the paint method. Next one, g.drawString. So we can call the drawString method. So drawString method is available in the graphics class. It have three arguments. First is the string, second x coordinate and y coordinate. Next we can close the paint method. and we can close the class body. So if you compile and run this program in the same procedure, suppose javac space key.jamo applet viewer space key.java, applet viewer space key.java, one window is displayed. Whenever you can type the key, press the key and release the key in this component area. So in the title bar it will be visible. So with the help of store status method. So it is the key event class. It is the key event class. So in this class we started at events, event classes. Till now we have completed mouse events and key events, all the types of event classes. So these all are the few classes. So how with the help of these classes, how we can build a GUI based applications and when we need to use these applications. Thank you everyone. In the next class I will start AWT concept. Thank you.